Hello everyone, Freedom Watchdog here. Today I want to explain to you why I believe Bitcoin's going to crash down to $15,000. Now before we get into it, I'm not a financial advisor, so anything you do after watching this video I can accept no responsibility for. Any financial decisions that you make as a result from watching this video are yours and yours alone. And I also want to throw in an extra disclaimer to say I own Bitcoin. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin over the long term, but I can definitely see it crashing hard before it shoots to the moon. And here's why. Every time Bitcoin hits a new high in its 4-year cycles, at some point after that, it drops down to minimum 75% off its highest value. Now, from when it nearly hit $65,000 in April, if you take away 75% from that number, you end up at $16,250. And like I say guys, minimum 75%, so it could be even further. Now, I know a lot of you will say it's different this time because there's a lot more people interested in Bitcoin. That's retail investors as well as institutional. But that could also be equally as bearish for Bitcoin as it is bullish, especially for the institutional investment, and here's why. If the mother of all stock market crashes is on the way, which I believe it is, all this debt needs to deleverage. The economy is on shaky ground right now. There's a lot of tension in the world politically, socially, and economic as well. I mean, look what's going on in China with Evergrande. There's going to be something that will bring this house of cards down. And whatever it is, whatever triggers it, when the stock market does crash, I believe Bitcoin will as well. All these institutional investors will just sell Bitcoin if they need to make their margin calls. They won't be looking at Bitcoin like me and you will be looking at it, or what most people do when they look at it. They don't only buy it to get rich. That's all they buy it for. They don't buy it because they believe it's sound money. Maybe a fair proportion of them do and they want change, but most people just buying it to get rich, guys. You know that. These institutions won't buy it for those reasons. They'll just look at it like a speculation. They won't look at it as if it's digital gold or real gold. They'll just be looking at it like it's a speculation. And if it comes down to it, they're gonna sell it rather than go under, aren't they? Or not make the margin calls. And this will be one of the biggest factors, I believe, what's gonna hammer the price of Bitcoin. Another thing that nobody's talking about, and I'm amazed, well, some people are talking about it, but not many. And I'm amazed that people haven't realised. What's going on with crypto right now is very similar to what happened in the dot-com bubble. Everyone was getting involved, people that wouldn't normally invest. And people were right back then when they're saying it's going to change the world, this, that, the other. Same with crypto, I believe it's going to change the world. But right now it's early doors, and whenever there's a new technology or industry come out, just like I say in the dot-com bubble, it blows up and then it crashes down hard. And I can't see this being any different. Even though, like I said at the start of this video, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin long term. In fact, I'd go as far as to say, in my lifetime at least, in our lifetime, we'll probably see it hit $1 million US, no doubt. But I believe there's got to be a crash first, a hard crash, before we start seeing any serious numbers. I mean, to be honest, I think it needs to have a hard crash before it even gets to 100 grand. And I know a lot of people are saying October will be the month, and we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? If I'm wrong, I'm going to be forced to pay more for Bitcoin than what I could be doing now. I'm prepared to live with that. I do believe it's going to crash down. I'd say I'm 80% certain it's going to crash. And I own Bitcoin purely for the purpose of having wealth outside the system and being able to easily transport that wealth around. I mean, wherever I go, I can get access to the Bitcoin. I'm happy it's going up, but like I say, that's not the main reason I bought it, especially in the world we're living in today. If everything turned out okay, and you guys know what I'm talking about with the current situation we're living in right now, and Bitcoin went to the moon, maybe I would sell some of it and buy something else that's undervalued. But for me, the main purpose of owning Bitcoin is so I can move wealth around outside the system. And I know that's not the purpose. A lot of people get into it. You know, a lot of people, they just want it to get rich, which is fair enough. But, you know, it's not going to go up forever, guys. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't crash by the end of next year. But like I say, if it turns out I'm wrong, I'll just pay the higher prices for it. I'll be sat here waiting for it to crash, you know, when everyone else is panic selling. I'll be straight in there, no problem, buying plenty more. If you guys have got any price predictions, let me know in the comments section below. Like I say, I'm not a Bitcoin bear long term, just short term. I've got no doubt it's going to play a pivotal role in our financial future, hopefully for the good. But also another thing I wanted to mention about this is there's a lot of derivatives being made of Bitcoin now. They're talking about ETFs as well now. So with all these derivatives being made, just think how open Bitcoin is going to be for price manipulation. I know we have some spoofing now and things like that, but just look how gold's price has been held down for many years. Silver as well, through manipulation. So that's another thing to bear in mind with all these derivatives. I don't think they're a good thing at all. And of course you can earn interest on your Bitcoin now. That's a form of fractional reserve banking as far as I'm concerned. You give them your Bitcoin, they loan it out. You know, I know that Bitcoin will always go somewhere, and you could even say when things deflate, i.e. the interest can't get paid, then that could make the Bitcoin worth more. But it could make things very, very volatile in the future. And I know it's a volatile asset anyway, but it would have been nice to see it stabilise at some point. But with more of these derivatives being made and all these different things like the fractional reserve, I don't think that's a good thing for something that should be sound money. Nevertheless, I'm still bullish long term, but those are also things that I'm thinking through, and I urge you to think through as well. If you guys have got any price predictions, let me know in the comment section below. Hopefully I've not upset any of you hardcore crypto guys, and hopefully if I am right, you don't sell and you just buy more, because that's certainly what I'll be doing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.